So let me ask you right now, because I just want to see if it adds up with mine. We don't even need to do the music. If you go to @323Reid, @323Reid, all the social media pages, Instagram especially, we do top 5 Tuesdays on there. I did my top 5 current NBA players, according to me, on the Instagram and TikTok and X and all of that. And I want to see if yours currently matches up with mine, because I feel like there are 4 dudes in the top 5 right now who, and we've already mentioned them, like really are those dudes in the NBA. Like, you can't deny it. Like, they are the top 4, and then maybe 5 to 7 you could probably alternate some people. But at number 5 for me, I've got Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. When he's healthy, dude is a beast. And he stayed relatively healthy this year. Philly, the 76ers, they're just a mess of a team. And I hate to say that with their owner being my Washington Commanders owner. But, they're trying to figure this shit out, and they can never get it going by Embiid. Eventually, he'll be out of there, and he'll be with somebody. He'll make somebody very happy. Number 4, I got Jason Tatum. Tatum's a beast. I don't care what people say about him. I don't care what people want to hold against him for the past NBA Finals, say he can disappear or whatever. Dude is a monster. He's a superstar. He is not one of these pieces that's just kind of there and, he's just kind of there as like a face of the team. He actually elevates those Boston Celtics. He is their face, and when he's on, dude is fucking on. I think he's really going to show it this season. Not to spoil anything, but I think this NBA Finals, he's going to put on a show and really try to shut people the hell up. Number 3, I got Luka Doncic. Luka's a monster. He's a unicorn. He is one of those people like Joker that you can't explain why he looks the way he does. I'm not talking about skin tone necessarily, but a little flabby, little doughy, little out of shape, likes his beer. He had it stolen by the GM the other night. You can't explain why he is as good as he is, but dude was having legit Michael Jordan comparisons just a couple years ago in the playoffs. I can't argue too much with that. Luka's a star. I got him at number 3. Number 2, I don't think you can dispute too much. It's Giannis, the Greek freak. Giannis. Yeah, I see somebody in the back room making a face to it. He'll chirp in here, but I got Giannis at number 2. Freak is a monster. He's somebody that a lot of these dudes on here, just like Embiid, just like number 1 coming up, you can't explain how they play the way they do, why they are the size they are, and as athletic as they are. I'm happy to see how he's progressed. You can make an argument about that championship. You could say something. It's a little Mickey Mouse-ish, maybe more Mickey Mouse-ish than the Disney World championship.
Which one's worse, less, the Lakers bubble championship or their fucking in-season tournament championship?
You know what? That in-season tournament championship, that banner sucks. Poor Darvin Ham. Every coach, it's a curse. You win the in-season tournament, you get fired. Number 1, I don't think you can dispute. Nikola Jokic. I think he is just the greatest player in the NBA right now. He's gonna make a case. He's gonna make an argument and make a case for being one of the greatest of all time. He will be. I promise that. Joining the show right now, also to contribute some thoughts to this and their top 5s, joining alongside Big Chief Burrito. Again, go follow him everywhere. We have the man, Raymond Dubrule. Ray Dub. Ray's back.
Hi, friends.
What's going on, buddy?
Just living somebody's dream.
I like that background.
Oh, thank you.
Everything that's going on. Yeah, look at that. Those shoes back there.
Hustle.
Look, I saw you making faces to Giannis at number 2, and I like what Luis said about what's worth less, that Lakers in-season tournament or the bubble championship. And I actually want to ask you, along with that face towards Giannis, what was the more worthy championship, the Lakers bubble championship or the Bucks winning the year after, when it was a shortened season, a shortened off season, and dudes are tired, Lakers are tired, everybody's broken and hurt, everybody that made it deep the previous season was not doing shit in the postseason that year. and Milwaukee kind of took over, you haven't really seen them make that push since.
Yeah, and I can tell you why, because Giannis has hit his peak. He's not going to be the face of the league. I think you're crazy with that whole, no, that's insane. He had a shot. He missed it, just like he does threes. No, so if you also look back at that season, the Bucks had, I'm pretty positive the Bucks had the most consistent, team still from the prior year with the bubble. I might be wrong with that, but I do believe they had the most returning starters that year because I feel like that was a big story in the finals.
I think that was.
So that's why I mean, the bubble, that was a whole different thing, but we can also look at the bubble and say LeBron wouldn't have won it if he didn't get 3 months to get healthy, and AD. So, I mean, both of them have their, I think
you can make the argument too with the bubble too, is that it was some of the most pure basketball that we'd had in a postseason with that bubble.
The
no
Suns
crowds.
aren't the Suns today,
right?
Without the bubble,
no.
Booker found himself.
Even Jamal Murray announced himself there for Denver.
They I feel like they wouldn't be as confident of a team as they are now without that year, but they're about to fall apart, it seems. But that's another story.
But some of those guys, I think, would have probably folded in front of an MSG crowd or something else. You know what I mean, though? So I would still put the Bucks championship in front of people, or some people, ahead of the bubble for myself.
But we all agree the in-season tournament was the worst.
Oh yeah, that's 100%. Kobe turned in his grave when they put that banner up.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I'm just gonna give you my thoughts on this because you went with at this moment. I'm going more with if I was starting a team right now.
That's a good,
you know. So I can't physically put Tatum or Embiid in the top 5 as a Knicks fan because just letting you know that they've been omitted for obvious reasons.
Reid, you said Tatum?
I did have Tatum. I got Tatum at 4.
So
I fully believe that.
Jokic is getting too much. I think Jokic might fall off, honestly. He's got his money, he's got his horses, he's got his chip. So, like I said, that's gonna be interesting to me if he comes back hungry because he got knocked out and he wants to dominate. How much does he really love basketball and his place? Does he really give a fuck that much? If he does, he'll be hungry, and then we'll see him again. Or he could just say, "Fuck it, I don't care. I'll let the young cats pass me." So my top 5 in the NBA right now is going to be number 5, Jalen Brunson. Because, you know what I mean? He proved that he was a superstar, second team All NBA, could have made an argument for first team. And he's a fucking baller. He's a closer. You need him in the playoffs. Number 4 is getting slept on. I'm going to go with Ja Morant.
Curious to see how he comes back.
In a clutch, I honestly did if I wish I'd kick one of these dogs if the Knicks could have gotten the second pick in that Zion draft, so we could have got Ja Morant instead of the Maple Mamba, RJ. So I still think he's a top 5 talent, and if he comes back with any sort of fire next year, I like Memphis, and I just love his game altogether. He's like a fucking Allen Iverson with permanent fucking speed boost. You know what I mean? So at number 3, taking the biggest leap for me this year is Ant-Man. Honestly, man, that's the prototypical 2 guard. He's if he needs to just shoot all summer, come back improve that 3-point and mid-range a little bit more, and then you'll just be fucking deadly. For number 2 for me is Luka.
Ben Simmons, you crumb bum piece of shit.
He's got the dad bod. He drinks beers, drops fucking nothing but buckets, and he speaks Spanish. And I think he's probably he's going to take the chip of best player in the world pretty soon here. But for me, number 1 and the player that I would probably love to have my team have more than anybody right now is Giannis still. I still think he's a beast. He's a force. He's unstoppable. He's fucking star potential. He's all that shit. I think he hasn't been doing good the last couple of years, but again, I think unlike Jokic, I know he's got the fire. I know he's got the passion. I know he wants to be great. And the Dame trade was fucking stupid. And I think he's going to come back and realize he's got to be the beast again.
I should have put Kuzma as my number 5. I considered it. 100%.
I went way younger, and I was thinking way different on the whole conversation, but it'll be real quick. So I didn't really have any particular order for the top, 4 or 3, which is just SGA, Anthony Edwards, Luka, and then I had Wemby are in there. And then this is where it kind of got a little iffy with the top 5. To be honest, my first choice was Caitlin Clark, but if you didn't accept that,
what did Pat McAfee call her? That we won't say it. That awesome Caucasian woman from Indiana.
Yeah, that's a bad white right there. That's all I have to say.
It's bad white.
But if you didn't accept that, then it was with John Moran and Jalen Brunson, even though I think Jalen Brunson may simmer out. But I didn't want to say that to the Chief. As soon as he said, I wanted to tell him, but then he said, fuck Boston. I was like, oh, I love this guy.
Yeah. I honestly, God, I like the Wemby throw-in in there. I thought about Wemby as my number 5 because I don't think it's going to be long before he is actually legitimately.
He averaged 23 minutes this year. Yeah. Imagine him playing 38, 39 like Jokic and LeBron and them.
And actually catching up to the speed of NBA basketball. Once he really has this down and he gets his shooting under control too, he's already a defensive monster. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year over, it was fucking Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert showed.
But it was the minutes. That was the biggest
part. That's what it was. Yeah. And get him going. Yeah, he's going to be top 5. Easy.
Dude, easy.
That's why that's why these teams right now have to enjoy it and really are stressing to get this championship right now. Because you're going to struggle. Especially in the West, you're going to struggle.
Dude, point guards are licking their lips to go to San Antonio this offseason. That's another thing. To go play with him, oh my God. Throw him the ball. It's not that hard.
How the hell
dude's 7'2"?
Yeah.
7'3", something like that. He's going to be a dog when he's playing full-time minutes. But what about you, Reid? Do you have any hot takes or anything for this postseason or offseason of NBA?
I'm actually going to go with you that I think Memphis comes back next year. I think John Morant reminds people who he is next year. As long as he stays out of dumbass trouble, I think he's good for it.
He's going to show people he's a shooter for the right reason.
That's right.